How's it, internet? Ozarc here, and today we're checking out another RTX Raytracing title called Bright Memory. Now, this little game was actually made by one developer. There was some controversy to the development behind it because he actually pirated some of the 3D models and stuff to make the game initially. But he did come clean about it and mention that he actually just couldn't afford to buy the models, and obviously doesn't have the time as one person to make a game like this without the skill set that comes with modeling and rendering and animation. So he obviously took some shortcuts, which is understandable, but he did come clean and said now that he's making some cash from the game, actually he actually went and bought all the models themselves, as well as employed some people to help him make the animations better. And you can definitely see the increase in quality since the game's first release. It is still in early access, so it is a little bit rough around the edges, but the main point here is that it's got RTX Raytracing into it now, and I think it looks great. It's obviously, you can see the difference between this and a AAA title like, say, Wolfenstein or Modern Warfare, but it still looks great, and it's actually quite a lot of fun to play. So let's dig in and see what this game is about. Just before we get into the ray tracing settings of the game, I just want to mention that all benchmarks were done using an NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super, as well as the Ryzen 3700X CPU. Both of these I installed into my new system recently from the end of last year, 2019, and I'm absolutely loving it. The performance is amazing. Anyway, let's carry on. Alright, so in the options menu, you will see that we actually have DX12 and NVIDIA RTX Raytracing settings there. And if you aren't actually seeing them when you boot up the game, it's actually because you probably booted it in DirectX 11. So when you click play in Steam, a little grey pop-up box will appear. Make sure to select DX12 and not DX11. There's also the option to select DX12 with the demo, which is actually what the intro of this video was. But make sure to select DX12, and then you'll have these two options. I couldn't find them initially, and I wasn't sure if I was actually running in ray tracing or not. And then I found out, I needed to enable it at the boot sequence. So watch the frame rates now as we actually enable DLSS, which will shoot the frame rate from 32 to a whopping 70 frame rates, or frames per second. So that's a pretty good increase in quality, or frame rates at least. And the quality, look, if you look at her hair here, how it actually increases. So it doesn't have that little bit of a jitter to it. So DLSS not only doubles the frame rate, but it also makes it look better. So definitely run it at this. If you have an RTX card, obviously, make sure to turn DLSS on, because you can see again at the hair there how it definitely makes this better, and even around the boob area here. And then obviously ray tracing, so we're currently at 70 frames a second with ray tracing off. So if we turn it on, we get bumped around to about 34, 35. But while I was playing, actually, I got to about, I think I averaged about 50 to 55 frames per second. This game does run actually very well with RTX ray tracing on. Now let me just quickly turn DLSS off with ray tracing on, and you can just see the difference here quickly in the frame rates. So as you can see, it kills this game. So DLSS is essential to be running on this game, because you honestly, you can't even run the start menu. But it's quite nice that the start menu is actually kind of a mini benchmark in a way. It saves me a lot of time having to run benchmarks. But there you have it, guys. So that's how you run RTX. So let's check out some gameplay.
Here he comes. let her get away.
I've been here before.
Alright guys, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed Bright Memory in its ray tracing glory. I think it's still a bit rough around the edges, but at the same time it is early access, so it can be forgiven, especially that it only comes from one developer. And just like that guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, hit that like button, and if you didn't, smash it twice to tell me how angry you are. Don't forget to pop the subscribe button as well as ring the bell icon to get notified of any future videos. Oh, and check this little video out. You can also subscribe over here. And this video is pretty cool too.